The day after my son's funeral, I stood on the porch, my hand still raised from knocking. The deadbolt turned. Click. My daughter-in-law's voice came through the door. Light, almost cheerful. "Enjoy the streets, sweetheart." I didn't cry, didn't beg. I turned and walked to my car. What she didn't know was that my son had left one final surprise that would destroy her smile forever. 3 days later, I came back, with a sealed envelope in my hand. And when she saw what was inside, she screamed so loud the neighbors called the police. If you're watching this, subscribe and let me know where you're watching from. Stay with me, because what happened next changed everything. Let me go back. My son Robert died 3 days ago. Car accident, black ice, Route 27. The funeral was yesterday morning. Cold October rain, gray sky. I stood by his casket, sobbing, my hand on the polished wood. My only child, 42 years old, gone. Jessica stood beside me, checking her phone. Mascara is perfect, not a tear. Someone touched her arm. "Are you okay, dear?" Her voice was light, almost cheerful. "I'm fine, really. I'm just relieved the waiting is over." Relieved. The word hung in the air. Several people turned, stared. But no one said anything. During the service, I saw her, back corner, whispering to a man in a black suit. Tall, dark hair, expensive watch. His hand on her lower back, too familiar, too intimate. She smiled at him. Not a widow's smile, a real one. I told myself I was seeing things. Grief makes you paranoid. But I wasn't imagining it. After the service, everyone came back to the house. By 3 o'clock, they'd all left. I went to my room, changed out of my funeral dress, put on the gray sweater Robert gave me last birthday, the one that still smelled like him. I sat on the bed, numb, empty. A knock, sharp, impatient. "Margaret, we need to talk." Jessica's voice, but different, cold, hard. I opened the door. She stood there, still in her black dress, but her face had changed completely. No more fake sympathy, no more pretense. Just a cold calculation. "Pack your things, you're leaving, tonight." The words didn't register at first. "What?" "You heard me. 2 hours. Then I'm changing the locks." "Jessica, I just buried my son. And now it's time for you to go. This is my house now." Robert said I could stay. "Robert is dead." She smiled. "What he said doesn't matter anymore." My legs went weak. I grabbed the doorframe. "Where will I go? I have nowhere." "Not my problem. You're a grown woman. Figure it out." She turned to leave. Stopped. "Oh, and don't even think about taking anything that belonged to Robert. That's all mine now." I heard her footsteps on the stairs, then her voice, laughing. "That man. He was here, in my house, the day we buried Robert." I grabbed a suitcase from the closet, started throwing in clothes. Random things, not thinking, just moving. My hands shook, my vision blurred. 2 hours. How do you pack 35 years in 2 hours? I tried to go to Robert's office. The door was locked. "Jessica," I called down the stairs. "I need to get some of Robert's things." Her voice came from the living room, sharp, final. "No, everything in that room stays. It's all mine now." "But they're his personal." I said no. I stood there, helpless, defeated. Went back to my room, kept packing. 1 suitcase, 1 cardboard box from the garage. That's all I could carry. Everything else stayed behind. My books, my mother's china, photo albums, a lifetime of memories. I tried to find Emma, to say goodbye. "Where's Emma?" I asked when I came downstairs. Jessica stood by the door, arms crossed, that man beside her. His arm possessively around her waist. "At a friend's house, and you won't be saying goodbye." "Jessica, please. She's 6 years old. She'll think I abandoned her." "I already told her you did." The words hit like a punch. "You told her I left, didn't love her enough to stay, didn't want to be her grandmother anymore." "How could you?" "Easily." She smiled that cold smile. "Now get out." At exactly 2 hours, I stood at the door, Suitcase in one hand, box in the other. Jessica looked at her watch. Right on time. I looked at her, really looked, trying to find the woman Robert had married. She was gone. Maybe she'd never been there. Jessica, Robert knew, didn't he? Her smile faltered, just for a second. Knew what? About him. I nodded toward the man. The man shifted uncomfortably. Jessica's jaw tightened. Get out. I stepped onto the porch. Cold air. Rain starting. Turned back one more time. Where's Emma? I need to say goodbye. You don't get to say goodbye, I told you. She thinks you left her. My vision blurred with tears. You can't do this. I just did. She stepped closer. Her voice dropped. Venomous. Enjoy the streets, sweetheart. The door slammed in my face. I heard the deadbolt turn. Click. That sound. Final. Terrible. The sound of everything ending. I stood there in the rain. Suitcase in one hand, box in the other. 62 years old. Homeless. Through the window, I could see them. Jessica and that man. Drinking wine. Laughing. His arm around her. Celebrating. Celebrating my son's death. Celebrating my exile. I walked to my car, put my things in the trunk, sat in the driver's seat, and drove away from the only home I'd known for 35 years. I drove to Walmart, the one on Route 12, open 24 hours, parked in the back corner, under a broken streetlight. Rain tapped on the roof, steady, rhythmic, like a countdown. I sat there, staring at nothing. My phone glowed. 15% battery. Who would I even call? Linda didn't answer earlier. My brother was in Ohio. I had no one. I opened the cardboard box. Random things I'd grabbed. A coffee mug with "World's Best Mom" on it. Robert gave it to me on Mother's Day when he was 8. Old bills. A photo of Robert at 10. Gap-toothed smile, holding a soccer ball. I traced his face with my finger. I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Sorry I couldn't protect myself. Sorry I let Jessica win. Sorry I'd never see Emma again. I pulled the gray sweater tighter. Robert's gift. It still smelled like him. Like home. Like everything I'd lost. My hand went into the pocket. Something there. Small, stiff, square. I pulled it out. An envelope. Cream-colored, sealed with red wax. My name on the front, in Robert's handwriting. I stared at it. My hand started shaking. When did he put this here? How long had it been waiting? The wax seal had a T stamped in it. Thompson. I held it up to the dome light, couldn't see through the paper. Turned it over. On the back, in small letters, open this when you go home. When you go home. But I had no home. Jessica took it, took everything. I placed the envelope on the passenger seat. Stared at it. What was inside? A letter? Money? Instructions? What if it said something I didn't want to know? What if it confirmed Jessica's words? What if Robert had been tired of me all along? I couldn't open it. Not here. Not in a Walmart parking lot in the middle of the night. Not like this. I looked at the words again. Open this when you go home. When you go home. Not if. When. Like Robert knew. Like he believed I'd find my way back. I put the envelope back on the seat. Reclined the driver's seat. Tried to sleep. But every time I closed my eyes, I saw Jessica's smile. Heard her voice. Enjoy the streets, sweetheart. Saw Emma's face, wondering why Grandma left her. The rain got harder, thunder in the distance. I pulled the sweater over my head, breathed in Robert's scent, and cried. Not quiet tears, deep, wrenching sobs. For my son, for my home, for the grandmother Emma would never know. For everything I'd lost. The envelope sat there on the passenger seat. Sealed, waiting. Holding secrets I was too afraid to know. Day 1. I woke to someone tapping on my window. Security guard. You can't sleep here, ma'am. I'm sorry, I'll move. You okay? I looked at him. Young, kind eyes. I'm fine, just tired. He looked at the suitcase in the back, the box, the envelope on the seat. You have somewhere to go? I nodded. Lied. Yes, thank you. He walked away. I saw him talking into his radio. I started the car, drove to a different parking lot, a rest stop on the highway, parked between two trucks. The envelope sat on the dashboard now. I'd moved it there, closer. I bought coffee at the rest stop. $3.50. I had $16.50 left. Sat in my car, drank it slowly, made it last. The envelope, sealed, waiting. Open this when you go home. Day 2. I woke up stiff, cold, every joint aching. Went into the rest stop bathroom, washed my face with cold water and paper towels. Looked in the mirror. I looked like a homeless person, because that's what I was. Gray hair matted, dark circles under my eyes, clothes wrinkled. I'd become what Jessica called me. Nothing, no one. I bought a breakfast sandwich, $4, down to $12.50. Sat in my car, ate half, saved the rest for dinner. The envelope sat there, mocking me. What secrets did it hold? What had Robert known? I picked it up, turned it over in my hands. The wax seal, unbroken, the T stamped clearly. My thumb hovered over it. I could break it, right now, read whatever was inside. But the words stopped me. Open this when you go home. Not in a parking lot, not in my car, when you go home. But where was home? I looked at Robert's handwriting, neat, precise, like him. He'd written this, hidden it in the sweater pocket, waiting for me to find it. Why? What did he know? I placed it back on the dashboard. Not yet, not here. Day 3. The sun came out. First time in days. I sat in my car, staring at the envelope. 3 days since Jessica threw me out. 3 days since I buried my son. 3 days of living in my car, sleeping in parking lots, washing in public bathrooms. 3 days of hell. I picked up the envelope, held it. Something clicked in my mind, crystal clear. Jessica threw me out hours after the funeral. Not days, not weeks, hours. While Robert's grave was still fresh, while people were still leaving, she had the locks ready to change. Had that man ready to move in. Had her speech prepared. I'm relieved the waiting is over. The waiting. She'd been waiting for Robert to die. Planning, preparing, plotting. And Robert. What if Robert had known? What if he'd suspected, discovered, prepared? What if this envelope was his way of protecting me? I looked at it again. The seal. The instruction. Open this when you go home. Then it hit me like lightning. The house, 428 Maple Street. I'd lived there 35 years, long before Jessica. It had been my home first. What if it still was? What if Robert had made sure of that? What if that's what this envelope contained? I started the car. I wasn't going to open this envelope in a parking lot. I was going to open it where Robert told me to. At home. My home. I was going back to 428 Maple Street. With this sealed envelope in my hand. And I was going to open it in front of Jessica. Let her watch. Let her see. Let her realize what she'd done. 3 days. Just like Robert must have known. 3 days for Jessica to celebrate, to feel safe, to think she'd won. Now I was going back. I drove to Maple Street. My street. My home. Pulled into the driveway. Jessica's silver sedan was there, that man's black truck beside it. I turned off the engine. Sat there. The envelope in my hand, still sealed, red wax unbroken. My heart pounded. My hands shook. But I wasn't afraid anymore. I was angry. 3 days of sleeping in my car. 3 days of hell. For what? Because Jessica wanted me gone? No. There was more to this. I could feel it. I got out, walked up the steps I'd walked up 10,000 times. Each step deliberate, purposeful, final. Raised my hand, knocked. 3 firm knocks. Footsteps inside, fast, annoyed. The door swung open. Jessica, hair messy, wearing a silk robe, no makeup. She froze when she saw me. What? What are you doing here? Behind her, I saw him, Mark, coming down the stairs. Boxer shorts, t-shirt, barefoot. Living in my house, Sleeping in my bedroom? I didn't answer her question. I just held up the envelope. Robert's handwriting, clear, unmistakable. The red wax seal, unbroken, the T stamped in the wax. Jessica's eyes locked onto it. Her face changed, color drained. Her hand gripped the door. Where did you get that? Robert left it for me. Her breathing got faster. You can't just. I pushed past her, into the house. My house. Hey! She grabbed my arm. You can't. I turned, looked at her hand on my arm, then into her eyes. Let go. My voice was quiet, but it had steel in it. Authority. She let go, stepped back. Mark came closer. Jess, what's going on? Shut up, she snapped. I walked into the living room, sat down in Robert's chair. The chair where he'd sat every evening, where we'd talked, where he'd told me about his day. My chair now. Jessica followed, Mark behind her, both staring at the envelope in my hand. What is that? Her voice shook. Robert's final gift to me. You need to leave. No, you need to watch. I held up the envelope. The red wax seal caught the morning light. Robert left this in the pocket of the sweater he gave me, hidden, waiting for me to find it. Jessica's breathing got faster, shallow. He left instructions on the back. Open this when you go home. I looked around the room, at the walls I'd painted, the furniture I'd chosen, the life I'd built here. I'm home now. You need to leave right now or I'm calling. Call whoever you want, but first, you're going to see what your husband left me. I placed my thumb on the wax seal. Jessica's coffee mug slipped from her hand, crashed on the floor, shattered, brown liquid everywhere. Mark took a step back toward the door. I pressed down. The wax cracked. Sharp sound in the quiet room. Jessica made a small sound, almost a whimper. I broke the seal completely. Opened the envelope. I pulled out the contents slowly. A letter. 2 pages, Robert's handwriting. A photograph, Jessica and Mark, restaurant, kissing. Another photograph, hotel entrance, his arm around her. A document, official, legal. Jessica saw the photos. Her face went from pale to green. No. Mark saw them too. Oh shit. I unfolded the letter, started reading, out loud. Mom, if you're reading this, Jessica has shown you who she really is. My voice was steady, calm. Jessica grabbed the back of the couch, her legs shaking. Robert, no, please. I discovered her affair 3 months ago. I hired a private investigator. I have proof. I watched her face change. She realized it then. Robert had known everything. I looked up at her. This envelope contains copies. Mr. Henderson has the originals. I confronted Jessica. She promised to end it. She lied. Jessica's mouth opened. No sound came out. I wanted to divorce her, but I thought about Emma. A child needs her mother, so I made a different plan. I picked up the document, unfolded it. The house at 428 Maple Street is yours, Mom. It always has been. I held it up so she could see. The house is mine, legally mine. Jessica snatched the document from my hands. Read it, her hands trembling violently. The deed, official, legal, notarized. Owner, Margaret Ann Thompson. No, this can't be. It is. I kept reading. If Jessica honors you and lets you stay, she'll receive $50,000 from my estate. Jessica's breathing got faster, hope flickering. But if she throws you out... I paused. Let it sink in. If she shows you who she really is. Jessica's eyes went wide. She forfeits everything. The money goes to Emma in a trust. You retain the house. She gets nothing. I looked up from the letter. She wasn't laughing anymore. The letter fell from my hands. Jessica grabbed it. Read it herself. Her eyes scanning faster, faster. Then she saw the last paragraph. Mom, I'm sorry I couldn't protect you while I was alive, but I'm protecting you now. This house is yours. Jessica has no claim. Mr. Henderson has all the evidence. Use it. I love you, Robert. She looked at me. then at the photos, then at the deed, then at Mark, then back at me. Her face shattered, and she screamed, "No!" Not a word, a sound, raw, primal, desperate. "No, no, no, no." She ripped the photos, threw them. "This isn't fair. He can't do this to me." She swept her arm across the coffee table. Everything crashed, shattered, glass everywhere. "I'm his wife. This is my house." Mark backed toward the door. "Jess, I gotta—" She spun on him, face twisted, tears and rage. "You! This is your fault. You said he didn't know. You promised he'd never find out." "I didn't think." "You lied to me." She lunged at him, grabbed his shirt, shook him. "You said we'd be together. You said we'd have everything." He pushed her off, hard. She stumbled back. "There's no money, Jess. You got nothing. I'm not staying for nothing." Jessica ran after Mark, grabbed his arm. "Don't you dare leave me." He yanked free, headed for the door. His phone rang. He answered it. His voice changed, soft, sweet. "Hey, babe. Yeah, I'm on my way." Jessica froze. "Babe? Who are you?" I know. Sorry I'm late. I'll grab dinner on the way." "Mark!" she screamed. "Who are you talking to?" He walked out, still on the phone, laughing. Jessica ran after him, into the driveway, barefoot, silk robe. "Who is that? Who is she?" He got in his truck, didn't look at her. Started the engine. She banged on his window. "Don't leave me, Mark!" He backed out, drove away, left her standing there, in the driveway, screaming. "Come back, Mark, please!" His truck disappeared around the corner. She stood there, frozen, shaking. Then she turned, walked back inside like a zombie, fell to her knees in the living room. "No, no, no, no." Over and over, rocking back and forth. She grabbed the deed. "Read it again." "Owner, Margaret Ann Thompson." She looked up at me, tears streaming, mascara everywhere. "Please, please, I have nowhere to go." I stood, gathered the envelope, the photos, the letter, looked down at her. "You threw me out 2 hours after we buried him." My voice was quiet, but it cut like a knife. "You laughed while doing it. You told Emma I abandoned her. You brought your lover into this house before my son's body was even cold." She sobbed. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know you are. Sorry you got caught. Sorry you lost. Not sorry for what you did." I walked toward the stairs. She scrambled to her feet, ran after me. "I'll fight this. I'll sue you. I'll take you to court." I stopped, turned. "With what money? You forfeited your inheritance. You have nothing." "I'm his wife." "You were his wife. Past tense. Now you're just the woman who betrayed him." I started up the stairs. Her screams followed me, louder, shriller. "You can't do this to me. You're destroying my life. I'll make sure Emma never speaks to you again." I stopped at the top of the stairs. That last threat, about Emma? I turned, looked down at her. "You already told Emma I abandoned her. You already poisoned her against me. But Emma will learn the truth. She'll see who her mother really is. And when she does, she'll choose, just like you chose." I went into the master bedroom, my bedroom, closed the door. Her screams echoed through the house. I heard sirens in the distance, getting closer. The neighbors must have called. I sat on the bed, held Robert's letter. "Thank you, baby," I whispered. "Thank you for protecting me." Outside, the sirens stopped. Voices, loud, Jessica screaming. Then footsteps on the stairs. A knock on my door. "Ma'am, police. Are you okay?" I opened the door. 2 officers, one older, one young. "I'm fine, officer. Thank you for coming. We received a call about a disturbance. My daughter-in-law is upset. I'm the legal owner of this property. She was asked to leave." I showed him the deed. He read it, nodded. "And she's refusing?" "Yes." He looked at his partner. "Let's go talk to her." I followed the officers downstairs. Jessica was in the living room, still on the floor, surrounded by broken glass. She looked up when she saw them. "Officers, thank God, this woman broke into my house. She's... The older officer held up his hand. "Ma'am, we need you to calm down." "Calm down? She has no right to be here. This is my house." "Actually, ma'am," he showed her the deed. "This is Mrs. Thompson's property. She's the legal owner." "No, that's fake. She forged it." The younger officer stepped forward. "Ma'am, this is a notarized legal document. It's legitimate. My husband just died. This is our house." I pulled out Robert's letter, handed it to the officer. "My son left me this. He knew about her affair. He updated his will to protect me." The officer read it. His face hardened. "Miss Miller, do you have any documentation showing you own this property?" I'm his wife. It's supposed to be ours." "Do you have a deed? A will? Anything?" She opened her mouth, closed it. "Nothing." "Then I'm afraid you need to leave, ma'am." "What? You can't. I live here." "Not anymore. This is Mrs. Thompson's property. If you refuse to leave, we'll have to remove you." Jessica looked at me, her face a mask of hate. "This isn't over. This isn't over." "Actually it is," the older officer said. "You need to pack your things and leave. Now." She stood, shaking with rage. "You'll regret this. All of you." She ran upstairs. We could hear her, throwing things, slamming doors, screaming. The younger officer looked at me. "Are you sure you're safe here?" "Yes, she's all talk. We'll stay until she leaves." 20 minutes later, Jessica came down. 2 suitcases, hair wild, face red and swollen. She stopped in front of me. "I hate you. I hate you." "I know. You've ruined my life." "No, Jessica. You did that all by yourself." She walked to the door. The officers followed. At the door, she turned back. "What about Emma? You can't keep her from me. I'm her mother." "We'll see what a judge says about that." Her face went white. "You wouldn't. Mr. Henderson has all the evidence, every photo, every recording, every time you neglected Emma while you were with Mark. Every lie, every betrayal, everything." She opened her mouth. Nothing came out. The officer touched her arm. "Ma'am, you need to leave now." She walked out, got in her car, sat there for a moment, staring at the house, then drove away. The officers came back inside. "Are you okay, Mrs. Thompson?" "Yes, thank you." "If she comes back, call us immediately." "I will." The older officer paused at the door. "Ma'am, for what it's worth, you did the right thing." He looked back at where Jessica had been standing. "We see this too often, people who think they can take advantage." "Not this time," I said quietly. "No, ma'am, not this time." They left. I stood in the doorway, watching the empty street. I watched them escort her out. Through the same door she'd slammed in my face. The sun was setting, orange light across the rooftops. I closed the door, locked it. My house, my home, mine again. That night, I slept in my own bed. Changed the sheets, opened the windows, let fresh air in. Lay down in the darkness. Safe, home, protected. For the first time in 3 days, I could breathe. The next morning, I woke early, made coffee in my kitchen, walked through every room, touching the walls, the furniture. Mine, all mine, always mine. I opened Robert's office, the door Jessica had locked. His desk, his books, his chair. Everything exactly as he'd left it. On the desk, another envelope, addressed to Mr. Henderson. I opened it. Inside were copies, photos, bank statements, text messages, recordings. Everything. Robert had documented it all, prepared everything. My son had known, had planned, had protected me, even from the grave. I sat in his chair, held his letter. "Thank you, baby. Thank you for saving me." At 3 o'clock, I drove to Riverside Elementary, Emma's school, parked in the pickup lane. My heart pounded. What if Jessica had already told her more lies? What if Emma hated me now? The doors opened at 3. Children poured out. I scanned the crowd. There, Emma. Pink backpack with a unicorn. Braids. Robert's eyes. She came out slowly, looking around, confused. Looking for Jessica's car. It wasn't there. She stood alone. Other kids getting picked up, leaving. She looked scared, lost. I rolled down the window. Emma! She turned, saw me. Her face went through every emotion. Confusion, shock, disbelief, hope. Then she just stood there, staring. I got out, walked over, knelt down. Eye level. Hi, sweetheart. Her bottom lip trembled. Grandma? Yes, baby, it's me. But Mommy said you didn't want me anymore. The words hit like a knife. That's not true, Emma. That was never true. Then where did you go? I had to go away for a little bit, but I'm back now, and I'm never leaving you again. She burst into tears, dropped her backpack, threw herself into my arms. I missed you so much, Grandma, so much. I missed you too, baby, every single second. She pulled back, wiped her nose on her sleeve. Are you taking me home? Yes, sweetheart, to our home. Is Mommy there? I chose my words carefully. No, baby. Mommy has a different place now, but you're going to stay with me. Forever? The hope in her voice broke and healed me at the same time. For as long as you want. I want to stay with you forever and ever. Then that's what we'll do. We got in the car. She buckled up. I gave her the goldfish crackers I'd bought, her favorite. She ate them quietly for a bit. Then, Grandma? Yes? Is Mommy mad at me? No, sweetheart. This isn't about you. Sometimes grown-ups make mistakes. Big mistakes. She thought about this. Nodded. Okay. Can we have spaghetti for dinner? Of course, baby. We drove home. She was quiet, looking out the window. Then, Grandma, will I see Mommy again? Someday, when she's ready, when you're ready. I don't think I'm ready yet. That's okay. You take all the time you need. We pulled into the driveway. Emma gasped. This house is so pretty. This is home, sweetheart. This is where your daddy grew up. And this is where you'll grow up too. Really? Really. I love it. We got out. I showed her inside. She ran from room to room, excited, happy. Grandma, this is the best house ever. I smiled. Come on, let me show you your room. I took Emma upstairs, to the room I'd prepared years ago. Yellow walls, white furniture, toys on the shelves. She gasped. This is mine? All yours, sweetheart. She ran inside, jumped on the bed, hugged the stuffed bear. I love it. I love it so much. She ran to the window. I can see the backyard, and there's a tree. Your daddy used to climb that tree when he was your age. Really? Really. She turned, looked at me. Grandma, I'm so happy. I pulled her close. Me too, baby, me too. That evening, we made dinner together. Spaghetti and meatballs, her favorite. She stood on a stool, stirring the sauce, giggling when it splattered. Oops! It's okay, we can clean it up. After dinner, bath time. Then, stories. She picked 3 books. We read them all. She crawled into bed. Can I sleep in here with you tonight? Of course. She snuggled close. Grandma? Yes, baby? Will you tell me about Daddy? My throat tightened. What do you want to know? Everything. I don't want to forget him. I pulled her closer, stroked her hair. Your daddy was the best man I ever knew. He was kind and smart and funny. What was his favorite food? Pancakes with chocolate chips. Like me. Just like you. Did he love me? Oh, sweetheart, he loved you more than anything in the whole world. Even more than Mommy? I chose my words carefully. He loved you both, but you were his sunshine. She smiled, yawned. I miss him, Grandma. Me too, baby. Every single day. But I'm glad I have you. I'm glad I have you too. She fell asleep, holding my hand. I lay there, watching her. This beautiful little girl. Safe. Loved. Home. Over the next few days, Life found a rhythm. Morning, breakfast together, usually pancakes. Afternoon, school pickup, sometimes ice cream. Evening, homework, dinner, bath, stories. Normal, peaceful, perfect. 1 week after Jessica left, she called. Unknown number, I answered. Hello? Margaret, it's Jessica. Silence. I wanted to know how Emma is. She's fine. Can I talk to her? No. Please, just for 1 minute. No, Jessica. She's my daughter. You told her I abandoned her. You threw me out on the street. You lost your right. I made a mistake. You made a choice. Now live with it. When can I see her? When you're stable, when you're sober, when you're actually ready to be a mother. I am ready. No, you're desperate. That's different. How long? As long as it takes. Maybe months, maybe years, maybe never. You can't keep her from me forever. Watch me. I hung up, blocked the number. Emma looked up from her coloring book. Who was that? Nobody important. Want to help me make cookies? Yes. She ran to the kitchen. Life was good, simple, full of love. Jessica was gone, and we were finally free. 3 months passed. Emma thrived, 2nd grade, good grades, friends, soccer. Every night, she'd crawl into bed with me. Tell me about Daddy. And I would. The good parts, the love, the laughter. She never asked about Jessica. I never brought her up. Then, one Saturday, a courier arrived. Legal documents. My hands shook as I opened them. Jessica Miller versus Margaret Thompson, petition for custody and contest of will. She was suing me. I called the number on Robert's letter. Mr. Henderson. Mrs. Thompson. I was expecting this. She's suing for custody. I know. Don't worry. Robert prepared for this too. What do you mean? Come to my office. Today. Bring Emma. There's something you both need to see. That afternoon, we sat in Mr. Henderson's office. Gray suit, kind eyes, calm demeanor. Emma played with toys in the corner. Mr. Henderson pulled out a thick file. Robert came to see me 6 months before he died. He told me everything. He opened the file, pulled out photographs. Jessica and Mark, dozens, restaurants, hotels, parks, all dated, time-stamped, documented. This is just the beginning. We also have audio. He pressed play on a recording device. Jessica's voice. At a bar. Drunk. I can't wait until this is over. I'm tired of pretending. Mark's voice. So leave him. And get nothing? No. I need to wait for him to die. The recording continued. Worse and worse. Once he's gone, the house is mine. First thing I'm doing is throwing out his mother. What about Emma? She'll go to boarding school or something. I don't care. I felt sick. Mr. Henderson turned it off. There's more. Hours of recordings. He pulled out another stack of documents. Robert also documented times Jessica neglected Emma. School records. Jessica failed to pick up Emma 17 times. Margaret Thompson always came instead. Neighbor statements. I watched Emma for 6 hours. Jessica never came home. Video footage. Jessica leaving 6-year-old Emma alone. Emma crying, Mommy, where are you? I looked at Emma in the corner, playing, happy, safe. She had no idea how bad it had been. Robert documented everything, Mr. Henderson said. Every affair, every lie, every time Jessica chose Mark over Emma. He pulled out one final envelope, sealed. Robert left this, to be opened only if Jessica sued. He broke the seal. Inside was a letter. Mom, if you're reading this, Jessica is trying to take Emma. Don't let her. Henderson has everything. Every betrayal. Every time she neglected Emma. Use it all. Protect Emma. She deserves better. I love you, Robert. Mr. Henderson looked at me. We have enough to terminate her parental rights, permanently. Terminate? She'll have no legal claim to Emma, ever. I looked at Emma, humming as she played. So innocent. So happy now. What does that mean for Emma? It means she stays with you, forever. No more threats, no more lawsuits. complete custody. I thought about it. About Jessica. About Emma. Will Emma be okay, knowing her mother's rights were terminated? She's already okay, because she has you. I looked at Robert's letter, at the evidence, at everything my son had prepared. Do it, I said. Terminate her rights, protect Emma. Are you sure? Completely. Emma is safe with me, happy, thriving. Jessica would destroy that. He nodded. The hearing is in 2 months. 2 months later. The courtroom was cold, sterile, too bright. Jessica sat across from me, her lawyer beside her. She looked different. Hair dyed, borrowed suit, trying to look respectable. She glared at me, like I was the villain. Emma was with a social worker, playing in another room. She didn't need to see this. The judge entered. Everyone stood. Be seated. We're here for Miller versus Thompson. Custody petition and will contest. Jessica's lawyer stood. Young. Overconfident. Your Honor, my client is the biological mother of Emma Thompson. She has been unjustly separated from her daughter. Mr. Henderson stood. Your Honor, I have evidence that will resolve this matter. The judge looked interested. Proceed. Mr. Henderson set up a laptop, connected it to the courtroom screen. Robert Thompson discovered his wife was having an affair. He hired a private investigator. This is what they found. The first video played. Security footage. Jessica and Mark. Restaurant. Kissing. Timestamp. 3 months before Robert died. Jessica's face went white. Another video. Hotel. Jessica and Mark entering together. Timestamp. 2 weeks before Robert's death. He confronted her. She promised to end it. She didn't. Audio played. Robert's voice. Jess, I know about Mark. Jessica's voice. I'll end it, I swear. Then another recording. 1 week later. Jessica, on the phone. Don't worry. Robert believed me. Gasps from the gallery. Mr. Henderson played the bar recording. Jessica's voice, drunk. I can't wait for him to die. Once he's gone, the house is mine. First thing, I'm throwing out his mother. What about Emma? Boarding school. I don't care. More gasps. People whispering. Jessica grabbed her lawyer's arm. Turn it off! Turn it off! But he kept playing. School records. Jessica failed to pick up Emma 17 times. Neighbor testimony. I watched Emma for hours. Jessica never came home. Video. Emma, alone. Crying. 6 years old. Mommy, where are you? The courtroom was silent. When it ended, the judge looked at Jessica. His face was hard, angry. Miss Miller, do you have anything to say? Jessica stood, shaking. Your Honor, I was going through a difficult time. You were planning your husband's death while neglecting your child. I've changed. Have you? The judge picked up a document. You've missed therapy appointments. You've been late to work. You were evicted last month. Jessica's lawyer tried to speak. Your Honor, I've heard enough. He signed papers. Petition denied. The will stands. Furthermore, based on the overwhelming evidence of neglect and emotional abuse, I am terminating Miss Miller's parental rights effective immediately. Jessica screamed. No, you can't do that. Sole custody is awarded to Margaret Thompson. Miss Miller is prohibited from contacting the minor child. The gavel slammed. We're adjourned. Jessica lunged across the table. You did this. You destroyed everything. Security grabbed her, held her back. I'll kill you. I swear to God I'll kill you. They dragged her out, screaming, fighting. The doors closed. Her screams faded. I sat there, breathing, trembling. It was over. Mr. Henderson touched my shoulder. It's done, Margaret. She can never hurt Emma again. She lost everything. She did it to herself. I stood, walked to the room where Emma was waiting. She looked up from her coloring. Grandma, are we going home? Yes, baby, let's go home. Forever? Forever. She took my hand. We walked out together, into the sunlight. Jessica had lost her daughter, her home, her future, all because she'd chosen cruelty, greed, betrayal. And Emma? Emma had me, had her home, had love. We drove home in comfortable silence. At a red light, Emma spoke. Grandma? Yes, sweetheart? I'm glad I live with you. Me too, baby. You're my best friend. I squeezed her hand. You're mine too. When we got home, she ran inside, dropped her backpack. Can we make brownies? Of course. We made brownies, licked the spoon, laughed. Normal, happy, perfect. Jessica was gone. Forever. And we were free. 1 year after the court case. Emma is 8 now. She calls me Mom, not Grandma. Mom. It started about 6 months ago. Mom, can you help me with homework? Mom, look what I made. Mom, I love you. I never corrected her, because in every way that matters, I am her mother. Her room is filled with art, trophies, photos of us. She does well in school, has friends, plays soccer, takes art classes. Every night, we have dinner together. She tells me about her day. Today in art, we made pottery. That's wonderful, sweetheart. And Sarah invited me to her birthday party. That sounds fun. Normal conversations, normal life, normal happiness. We don't talk about Jessica. Emma never asks. I heard through Linda that Jessica moved to Nevada, works at a gas station, lives alone. Mark married someone else, has 2 kids, never looked back. Jessica tried to reach out once, through Facebook. Please, I just want to know she's okay. I blocked her, deleted the message. She made her choices. Now she lives with them. One evening, the doorbell rang. I opened it. A woman stood there, thin. Gray hair streaked through brown, worn face, cheap clothes. It took me a moment to recognize her. Jessica. She looked 60. She was 48. Hi, she whispered. I said nothing. I was in town. I wanted to. I just wanted to see her. From a distance, I won't bother her, I promise. Behind me, Emma appeared. Mom, who is it? Mom, she called me Mom. Jessica's face crumbled when she heard it. Emma looked at Jessica, stared, no recognition in her eyes. Do I know you? Jessica's legs buckled. She grabbed the doorframe. Emma, it's me. I'm your mother. Emma looked confused. Then she looked at me. No, you're not. She is. She pointed at me. Jessica started crying, silent tears. Emma, please. I gave birth to you. I'm your mom. You need to leave, I said quietly. Please. Just 1 minute. I just want to talk to her. You have a court order. You're not allowed to be here. You're not allowed to contact her. Emma tugged my sleeve. Mom, who is she? Mom. Again, right in front of Jessica. Jessica heard it. Her face shattered completely. I'm calling the police, I said. Jessica backed away, stumbling. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She turned, walked to a beat-up car, hands shaking as she opened the door. Got in, sat there for a moment, staring at the house. Then drove away. Emma looked up at me. Who was that lady? Someone from a long time ago. She's gone now. Oh, okay. She shrugged, already moved on. Can we have spaghetti for dinner? Of course, sweetheart. We went inside. She did homework at the kitchen table. I cooked. She chattered about school, about her friends, about the book she was reading. Normal, happy, safe. I looked out the window. The street was empty. Jessica was gone. She'd lost everything. Her daughter doesn't even remember her. Her daughter calls someone else mom. And me? I didn't just win the house. I didn't just win custody. I won Emma's heart. I became her mother. Not because I took her from Jessica, but because Jessica threw her away, and I was there to catch her. Jessica chose cruelty. I chose love. Jessica chose herself. I chose Emma. And in the end, that made all the difference. Now I sit on the porch, evening, tea in my hands. Emma is inside, doing homework, humming a song from school. 9 years old next month, already planning her birthday party. Can we have a unicorn cake, Mom? Whatever you want, sweetheart. The streetlights blink on, one by one, yellow, warm. I think about Robert every day. Miss his voice, his laugh, his hugs. But I don't cry anymore. Because he's still here, in Emma, in this house, in me. He protected us, even from the grave. That sealed envelope, that one final gift, it saved us both. Emma runs outside. Mom, I finished. Can we make cookies now? Of course, baby. She takes my hand. We go inside together. To the kitchen, where we've made 1,000 cookies, where we've had 1,000 conversations. This is my life now. Not the life I planned, not the life I expected, but a good life, a full life, a blessed life. I lost my son, but I didn't lose myself. I didn't lose my dignity, my home, my worth. And I gained a daughter. Jessica lost everything because she chose to. She chose cruelty over kindness. She chose greed over love. She chose Mark over her family. She chose herself over everyone. And now she lives with those choices. Alone, forgotten, erased from Emma's memory. While I live here, in this house, with Emma, creating memories, baking cookies, reading stories, full of love, full of laughter, full of light. 3 days after my son died, my daughter-in-law locked me out and laughed. But my son had left one final surprise. A sealed envelope, with proof of her betrayal, proof the house was mine, proof she'd lose everything. And when I opened it in front of her, she screamed. She screamed because she saw the truth. That Robert knew everything. That she'd lost it all. That her own choices had destroyed her. The neighbors called the police. They took her away. And I got my home back. Not through revenge, through truth. Not through anger, through consequence. Jessica destroyed herself. I just stopped protecting her from it. And now? Now I have Emma. I have my home. I have peace. Emma calls me Mom. She doesn't remember Jessica. She chose me. Not because I forced her to, but because I loved her when her mother couldn't. That's not revenge. That's justice. And sometimes, justice is the sweetest ending of all. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted, comment "justice" below. And if this story touched you, share it. Someone out there needs to hear it tonight.